Ahoy, everyone. Why am I late? I am late because Google, they're worse than Facebook. There's just all of these things. Facebook was in there too, so I had to get rid of them, and they just kept popping up, popping up, popping up. Especially one called Name Test. I don't know what that is. Okay, Rose. Nomadic Pride's here. Welcome. Yeah, it's not been too bad. John, the flies, however, we had horses here, and uh, yeah, no, we have flies, lots of flies. Kyle, welcome aboard. Rose is putting up links. Oh, it's raining again. Oh my goodness. Jim Foster, welcome aboard. Carl, awesome. We can't seem to kill you. We can't seem to silence you. I love it, Carl. That's a good attitude. Sonia with a J is here. Welcome aboard. Okay, we're gonna have fun today. Um, I made coffee. I was bright and early, 5:30. Made coffee. Uh, Chatted with my neighbor. He's gone now. He had to run some errands in Sierra Vista. Uh, it has been actually kind of busy since about 5:30 with people coming in. Uh, then from here, they ride their mountain bikes up the trails. We have a few hikers. Um, Last night was kind of interesting. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the mountains behind me. Right up in there, um, just as it was getting dark, and that's way up there, that's about 9,500 feet, we saw a light, and it would flash. Jesse, pointed it out to me. He says, that's a spotter. I said, what do you mean, spotter? He said, well, that's a person who's helping illegals and or smuggling to continue to be a lucrative endeavor in this area. And I spoke with a ranger yesterday, and he said this corner of Arizona is the busiest for illegal activities. I was like, so that's so wonderful to know. But I find this campsite is one of the best I've been as far as free camping. That's a shame because it does kind of put a little bit of what if things in your mind. Taco's here. Welcome aboard. Glad you're here, Bree. We were when Nate did his live stream the other night, Wednesday. Nate had us laughing so dadgone hard with that, just being Nate, but then he was wearing that bubble suit that Kobe sent him. Oh my gosh. And it just went on. And then Paula was sitting upstairs while he's doing his live streaming downstairs. And I guess she was just cracking up. And I said to her, I says, the only thing that would make this better is if Bree was here. Then it would have been amazing. I was thinking you and Van Vita, Paula, and who else was I throwing in the mix? Um, I don't know. Excuse me. Wow. Where'd that come from? Anyways, it was pretty crazy on Wednesday night. Yeah, the bubble wrap, definitely a classic. Tommy's here. Welcome aboard. And Ron is here. Welcome aboard. Nancy Drew. We're having a blast. Um, Spicy ramen for breakfast. Start your diet tomorrow. There you go. I had sausage and egg. It was, a reheat. Didn't really care for it. I think maybe tomorrow, this afternoon, I'll probably go into town and I think I'll get some eggs and fresh meat and just do a little more cooking. I haven't done a lot of cooking lately. Now I'm in the mood. I'm going to be moving the campsite. That's true, Kobe. Very true. That's cool, Kobe. You burnt zucchini? Breathe. Well, that's almost a shame. And you know what? I would have eaten it anyway. I love zucchini. I like to make an egg batter, like you would for French toast. And I dip the zucchini in that, and then I fry it. It's awesome. You'll never admit it, okay? You burnt the ramen. Oh my goodness. You must have got sidetracked. Ah, it is good coffee. That's the Westco coffee that I brag about. Yeah, it's good. I can't say enough good things about it. It's just a really good, solid cup of coffee. Now I know Jim Foster's going to come in saying, you're supposed to put water with the grounds. Solid. And we have more traffic coming in with more bicycles, mountain bikes. It gets to be pretty popular, especially on the weekends. And on Tuesday, there's a class that comes here. Teenagers being taught by adults, the intricacies of mountain biking. It's kind of interesting. Not supposed to be solid. Tommy says she used to have that one as kids. Yeah. Oh, man. What were you drinking, Bree? Don't tell me they have that IPA up there. The IPA drink. It's down here, and I don't know where it's brewed at. I haven't looked into that. But it's called the Kilt Lifter. Yeah, why dilute it? Yeah. No chef's position for Bree. Okie dokie, Carl. Thank you for coming aboard. And thank you for listening in as well. Keep your leg up. Ron's got to go to the bathroom too. Or take care of Lady. My phone somehow managed to turn its volume off. So there was 2 or 3 phone calls that I didn't get because I didn't hear the phone ring because it, the volume was turned off. So if Timmy comes in here, I'm going to have to apologize to him. Because he called me like 3 or 4 times and I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, Rose's son, who is a postal carrier, was attacked. Was that Thursday afternoon, Rose? There's Carol. Welcome aboard. Lady's in trouble. She got into the trash. Oh, that is funny. Now Taco's telling Ron, behave. Yeah, everybody's coming to Lady's defense now. I love it. Linda, welcome aboard. So yeah, the light in the hill there was kind of weird, or top of the mountain, and it's supposedly it's drug smugglers and or human traffickers as far as illegals coming across the border. We're basically 3 miles from the Mexico border here. And as I may have mentioned already, the forest ranger that I talked to, he said this is the busiest area for illegal traffic in Arizona. Now I'm guessing that New Mexico might be a little worse as far as the border. I don't know. I mean, I haven't had any troubles. I have seen some being apprehended. I'm going to do a video in between now and this afternoon's segment of something that I discovered. And now I've learned more about it, that I'm probably only one of 2 people that know about it. And I need to film it before it goes away. Somebody messaged me. Oh, it's Rose. Thank you. Oh, my. Oh, that looks painful. Oh, gee whiz. Look at those bruises, too. Boy, they wanted to kill him. So all the dogs have been put into quarantine, I take it. Texas border is wild, too. I wouldn't think it would be because you got a stronger government there. I'm scrolling back up to see if I missed anything. Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon. Wow. Yeah, I'll show you the picture. He must have been carrying bills in his pouch. See if I can focus it. Yeah, there's some just ouches. And that's just a few of them. I think you told me he had like more than 20 stitches as well. That's a tough deal. Prayers for your son. Now, in talking to the forestry guy, not just about the illegals and a few other things, I told him, I said, I'm really close to my 14 days. He says, yeah, I meant to tell you that. I said, I believe Wednesday will be 14 days total that I've been here. Not every night, though, because I did stay in Tombstone. But overall, in the 60-day period, I've spent probably a little more than 14 days at this location. But I've stayed at Carr Canyon, Miller Peak, but they're all part of this Coronado National Forest. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't break any rules. I want to make sure I follow the rules. So Monday morning, I will be breaking camp. I've got several things I want to do in the area. There's Coronado. I need to visit there. And there's a nature trail there I want to walk. Then I want to go to the ranger station just down this road here and pick up more written material, maps, things like that. I plan to go to Fort Huachuca. Part of this is depending on weather. We're in the monsoon season. It's finally showing up. We've had rain pretty much every day now. And some of it was last night was pretty wild. The wind was really strong last night. I think Tucson got hit harder. But anyways, yeah, depending on weather, Huachuca Fort Huachuca. And then from there, I'm going to go up to Sonoita. Or that's how I say it. It's not exactly how you're supposed to say it. Sonoita, something. Anyways, I'm going there, and these flies are going to drive me crazy. And I'm going to revisit my campsite that I had when I actually first came down here to this area way back in January. It's a nice campsite that I like. Not too many other people have used it. And right now that area there's not a lot of people down there. Again, most of the snowbirds are back in snow country right now. I'm just a snowbird that's kind of left over. 20 centimeters of cuts, 20 staple, 30 stitches. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Wow. Well, I hope the dogs have been gathered up. Didn't you say something about quarantine? Jeepers. Coffee's still a little hot. So those are the plans. Tuesday, I do have to work here in Sierra Vista. So that's a 20-mile trip one way, but that's okay. Tuesday and Thursday, the only days I've got going for Circle K, at least at this time. Then Friday, Jill should be back, and I'll find out whether the paperwork came. I imagine it did. I just hope that there was a storm where their mailbox, Jill's mailbox, was destroyed. I think it's been repaired, but I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. But if the paperwork is there, then I can go to the Department of Transportation and get the title and get all of that moving forward so I can have a plate on this truck, legal beagle. And as soon as that happens, which is going to take probably till the middle of August, then I'm going to meander towards Missouri, up by Rose, spend a couple days there, hope to meet Dakota Waters. Some of you know who she is on Facebook. And then, help Rose with the van, a day or two. And then if there's work in that area, probably do some work. But then I'm going to meander towards Michigan. Probably, it looks like I'm going to stay to the southern route and go to Columbus, Ohio. Georgianne has a suggestion for me to visit in her neighborhood. Yeah, I know it's a touchy subject, kind of, isn't it, Rose? That's why you don't have a whole lot of information, because you didn't ask. Yeah, horse and buggy. Sometimes you look back at that and think, was it easier? They had to feed the horses, they had to maintain the buggies, and buggies weren't exactly free, and neither were horses. Everything had a cost. It's just kind of relative, Something might have cost 50 cents. But when you think about it, they were lucky if they made a nickel a day. Timmy Ray, I was just talking about you. I discovered where you called me like 4 times, and I didn't know that you did because my phone, somehow the ringer got turned down. 40 years. Wow, that's amazing, Sean. That is amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm certainly enjoying it. Do they have it in transit? It is, but it's getting close to where the last time I got this, I got a 30-day extension, and they said it was the last one I could get. But maybe they'll bend some rules. It expires the day before Jill gets home. That's pretty cool, Timmy. Yeah, it's probably cheaper, Kelly. Maybe. Yeah, I'm probably one of the more fortunate to be able to do that, especially on my own terms. There are ways to make money on the road, and many people do it. Interestingly enough, they have to budget their time. They have to set aside time, let's say, and meet certain criteria, deadlines. I can remember like when we were up at M22. I don't know. It was either M22. Yeah, it was M22 because Nate didn't make it to M23. But he said, he's he's having breakfast with us, and we're having a good time. It was Mo Bang, Georgianne, Nate, myself, and a couple others. And Nate said, "Well, I got to go," and and then we kind of, I don't know, distracted him or whatever. But he said, "I really got to go. I got to work," and off he went. And we didn't see him for several hours. Why? Because he was working. He was able to work online, whatever. I know he's in the banking industry, but it's not all, sit around the campfire 24/7. There's work, if you have to work. Oh, that's cool, Timmy. Free campsites, 3 days, and they have a bunch of them across the state of Nebraska. Well, what's Kansas like? Because I am going to be going. I've decided. Okay, here's my route, Sean. I'm going to probably do Portal because I want to see the meteor showers. And that's a dark town, and it's not like it's out of my way, not very far. Then I'm going to angle up through New Mexico to Alamogordo. Now, first I got to get to Arizona, but Alamogordo. And then I've been in Alamogordo before. Then I'm going to go north. I think the next stop is, I can't remember the name of it now. Star City? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to keep angling. So once I get out of New Mexico, I will be crossing northwestern Texas Panhandle. And not for that many miles. And then I'll be in Oklahoma, in the Oklahoma Panhandle. And I thought, you know what? I still got to kind of angle, and I thought, no, I can go still continue that same angle more or less. And I cannot remember, but I can cross over into Kansas. And then I think it's 634 or 460. I don't know. Whatever road goes due east, and that'll take me right to Rolla, Missouri, which is the area that Rose is in. The only thing I haven't determined is where to camp along the way, because I'm not going to drive it all at once. I'm not driving from here to Rolla, Missouri in one big jump. Probably spend some time in perhaps Las Cruces, New Mexico. If not to stay, maybe to work one or 2 days, and then continue on up into Kansas from there, and then relax a little bit, camp, and then continue to Rolla, Missouri. Flat is what Kansas is like. Okay. I'm not in Kansas anymore, total. Now, I won't make it to London quite yet, Kelly. But maybe after M24, it could happen. Oh, I need to get my passport. Kansas has great campsites, so does Missouri. But to book appointments, well, I'm hoping to find BLM land. Might not be possible. We'll see. I have had it where, I've driven up to a state park, and the first thing the gate guy says, "You have an appointment?" And I say, "No." They say, "Okay, park over here, come in the office," and then they find you a place. So it doesn't mean that there isn't. available campsites. Sometimes I've not been turned away. So in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, excuse me, uh, I called ahead. It was terrible pricing, but I was still going to, get a campsite for at least one night, and they were closed for remodeling. So I didn't stay in Myrtle Beach. Never gets fed, has to get the trash. Yeah, some of them, yeah. Well, maybe I can find Corps of Engineers or something that too. Another reason I'm thinking Kansas, part of it is because I've never been there. Number two, it might be flat, but I always can entertain myself somehow or another. I always find something interesting, no matter how boring it might be. You have to get your passport as well. Well, I guess if you're coming to the States anytime, you should come to M24 too. It's not that far. If you're in London, let's see, 1, 2, you're about 2.5 hours away from M24. Yeah, what's rude, Rose? Friggin' hate it when Petey gets in the trash. Joey's favorite is the chewing tissue. Yeah. Okay, I'll try, Timmy. It reminds me of the other one that you had, or that your dad had. I can't remember. But yeah, if you're gonna race that tonight, that'll be cool. Oh, oh, really? She can get up on the counters? Oh my goodness, I didn't think so. Used to work Liberal, Kansas. Does that mean there's liberals there, or is that a town? You think she's half kangaroo? That's cute, Ron. What in the world? It's the flies. Sheesh. Where did I put my fly swatter? Yeah, the fly landed right on the camera. They're terrible. I think they're doing it on purpose. Well, I'm sure they have a purpose. It's going to be an X purpose if it's hanging around me much longer. Never camped in Kansas. Boondocking is a township of the people were cool. I was gone the next day. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of times it might be that way where I only stay, through the dark hours and then leave in the morning. Yeah, shoe flies. Caves and caverns. Okay. I know that look at that sucker. Northwestern Kansas has the rocks. Of course, you're almost in Colorado at that point, but they have interesting rock formations. Dakota mentioned this morning. Rose knows this. Dakota mentioned this morning that when she was like 15 or 16 years old, she fell from one of those rocks. I guess 37 feet. got, banged up pretty good. 37 feet's a long ways to fall. Chewing the bathroom trash. Okay. There goes a fly again. Yeah, you got it. Nate's here. Welcome aboard. We're being careful, so you don't have to wear your bubble wrap right now, Nate. Bree is here, so just be warned. Forgot about Dodge City. 2010. Okay. Yeah, I think I will be going near Dodge City. So that might have some history to learn about. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, definitely for Dakota, it had to have been a miracle. Apparently, she was trying to reach a fossil for somebody else, and the limestone gave loose, and down she went. Sliding, I would guess. She was, more or less tore up. So probably the fact that she was sliding rather than falling 37 feet, Oh, the family camp? Cool, traveling Nate dog. See, we have 2 Nates in the house now, by the way. Oh, so here we go with the bingos. Yeah, since I've been to Tombstone, I might as well add Dodge City in the mix. I've been to Earp, where Wyatt Earp settled down more or less when he was closer to retirement. Bonjour. Welcome aboard, Lewis and Becky. Oh, 68. I love it. Oh, well, thank you, Rose. Thank you for reminding everybody. I sure appreciate that. And Timmy wanted clues. Well, let's see. It'd be the last 5 thumbnails, including today's. It's a family. It's 4 people. They drive a schoolie. They've traveled around. I know Mississippi was one. Tennessee. I believe they've been on the West Coast. I'm not positive. A lot of good videos. It's a small channel. They're not monetized. They're under 1,000. Very well done videos. Very informative. Yeah, just great people. What else? No pets. I can't think of anything else. That'd be fun, Rose. That's funny, Timmy. Timmy is like making a stand. This is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, oh well. What is that one? Gosh, haven't heard this so long. But it's a type of a toast, drinking toast. Here's to you and here's to me, and may we never disagree. And if we do, the hell with you. And here's to me. Yeah. Yep, that's right. I was going to say, I got to do some singing in about 4 days from now. So today is Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Well, Tuesday night. We'll do it a day early. Well, wait, we're on Wednesday as well. So, yeah, we can do it on your birthday. I forgot about Wednesday for some reason. Excuse me. That sausage is just playing hell with my stomach. It gave me gas. Boy, silence is deadly. You're not supposed to have dead air. Well, we didn't really. The flies are buzzing. They're making noise. So the air's not totally dead. Rummy. Parcheesi. Checkmate. Spicy ramen made you spicy, but yeah, you're always spicy. You are, Taco. Lately, your waterfall Wednesdays out there with your daughter, your expressions, and your daughters, that's making the show. It really is. I'm not sure, Timmy. Um, I should show you what I'm looking at. That is South Sierra Vista, which is actually a city unto itself. And then as you come this way, but those are miles away. As you come this way, we're actually in the Hereford, Arizona district, if you will. Mailing address, whatever. That's looking west pretty much. And then this is looking south. Monday, I'm going to get a topography map, and I should be able to differentiate the mountain peaks that are behind me as to which one's which. Because there's Miller, there's Carr, there's Ramsey, and there's a couple others they have names, but which ones are they? Raining in Louisiana, oh boy. Other people are getting quite a bit of rain as well. I know Rose said it was raining like a cow peeing on a flat rock there. That's in Missouri. I don't know if Michigan's getting rain or anything. Diane's not here. She usually knows what the weather is everywhere. I didn't really get a long range forecast. And it doesn't really matter. I do have to kind of keep a little bit of an eye on it. There are a couple washes in the Las Ciengas. Again, that's BLM land, but it's called Las Ciengas, and it's a riparian. You know, it's a there is the Santa Cruz River, not too far from there, and there is some washes, if you will, and areas that have water about 3/4 of the year. So it is an area that they're trying to preserve. No rain up in Washington. Okay. The rain mainly on the plain. Da 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 da. North Carolina, been raining for a week. My goodness. Um, again, there's not a heck of a lot I can do about the weather, but I do keep an eye on it. Like, for instance, where I'm camping right now, it's higher ground without having to go through a gully or a wash to get to it. Uh, Here lately, I would not go to that type of area to camp due to the fact that I might get trapped there. For instance, if I did have to go to work and I was camping and it did rain and then the road is closed, well, Shift Smart don't care about that. Nothing you can get discounted on your rating for Shift Smart if you don't show up for work or you cancel within 12 hours of a scheduled shift. I mean, they've got all these nasty little rules. But, it is what it is. I'm not complaining about Shift Smart, but I do know that just kind of don't get yourself in a situation where you're trapped. Oh, wow. Ahoy, Mayor. Welcome aboard. Okay, here we got some Michigan news. 80 degrees and sunny. And Kyle, which is Ringo and Czar, he is in Hudsonville, Michigan, which is a little bit to the southwest of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So sounds like a pretty nice day. 80, some people would complain about 80 degrees in Michigan because the humidity is more than likely about the same, if not higher, as far as humidity rating. But I'd put up with 80 in Michigan. That's fine. But again, I'm a sun worshiper. I'm sitting in the shade right now. Two reasons. One, it's not glaring on my eyes. I realize it's not very good light for you guys to see me, but it's not glaring on my eyes. I can see the computer a little easier. And number two, over there where the table is right now, and my cook stove is set up out in the sun, the flies are horrendous over there, worse than they are right here. So there's your clues. You got it's a family of four. They're full time. I did not mention that they are full time. Their rig is a school bus converted. Mississippi, Tennessee, those areas in the Midwest, South Midwest, if you will. But I think they've been to the West Coast as well. Very informative channel. It's a small channel. They're not, they're under 1,000. I'm trying to think how long they've been doing it. I think they started back in April. So in reality, they're growing quite fast. It took me 4 years to get over 1,000. And they're already more than halfway there. Well, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, it is pretty here. The bird watching, people come here just to to go bird watch. There's over 140 different species of birds. We have, well, the tree that I've done live streaming from, which is right over here. In fact, I thought about doing the live stream this morning from there, but there's a car parked. But the tanagers have a nest in there. I've seen both the male tanager and the female tanager. So they have a nest. Now, it's pretty well hidden nest. I think I know which clump of stuff in the tree is their nest, but I'm not positive. But I don't think they really like it when I'm over there doing live streaming. But meanwhile, he especially sings quite pretty. Then there's the Western Blue Jays. They always seem to travel in a group. So there's like 6 of them that come around here. There's hummingbirds, unbelievable amount of hummingbirds. Hawks, vultures. Haven't seen any eagles yet, but I understand that there are around. And then, of course, the other wildlife is very plentiful. I've only seen mountain lions up in Lake Havasu, but they say there are mountain lions here. Jaguar. Of course, then you have the javelina, coatimundi, fox, coyotes, of course. Stupid flies. We got lots of flies. So yeah, it's pretty nice down here. Yeah, they can be, Nancy. They're pigs. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Rose. I didn't know they'd attack a nest. When I was on Car Canyon, I fed them pieces of bread. One of the pieces of bread, I accidentally tossed it out there. It was a crust, but I was going to tear it up a little bit. I didn't have time. Blue Jay took the whole thing. Nancy, I really thought you were going to guess this. So that's why I didn't put up a thumbnail for tonight's show. Or this afternoon for me. Tonight, it's nighttime for you, but it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. So no, I didn't do a thumbnail yet. Looks like I will be. Guy just came in on his bike. Been up there about 3 hours. Anyway, I am going to be doing a video this afternoon. So look for that post. And it looks like I'm going to be finding some more. I actually have them. I just got to pick which one I want to use for tonight's or this afternoon's GTC show. Oh, I don't know if Donald's watching me, but the mayor is watching me of where Timmy lives in Louisiana. There could be others. You never know. It shows 14 on board, but I don't see 14 people in chat. So some people are just listening. They maybe said hi at first, and now they're like Kobe said he was busy. We know Nate's always busy, but they stop in, say hi, and then they continue on. Carl, he's got his feet up. and he's not texting, but he's here, which is cool. Don't forget, say hello, local sheriff department. Got a text from the mayor that the sheriff's department is watching. Thank you for your service. It's always good to know that law enforcement is paying attention. I've met quite a few law enforcement people here. Border Patrol, Forest Service, and then the sheriffs and the police in Sierra Vista. I don't know them all by name, but I know them enough to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Hi, Captain Jack," or whatever, and that's cool. Yeah, it's nice to know law enforcement, for one, and number two, I feel safer. There's a lot of illegal activity where I'm at right now, especially with, human trafficking, illegals coming across the border and being smuggled in, more or less. And there's been accidents around here because what they call a load car, the cartels somehow manage to hire somebody here on this side of the border and get these poor teenagers to pick up, 4 or 5 illegals and try to get them to Tucson or Phoenix or something. And of course, they end up in a high-speed chase, and then the next thing you know, there's an accident, and the next thing you know, somebody's killed. And it might not be the illegals. It could be somebody just happened to be driving down the road and wham. Just bad things like that. Tommy's cutting her grass. Technically, Tommy, cutting grass sounds kind of like a chore. How about if you say, I am mowing my lawn? Doesn't that sound better? Jim's still here more than some and less than others. Cute. See, Taco's here. The mayor, the police, the jury. Police jury? I never heard of that. Everybody on the sheriff. Timmy knows everybody. Yeah, he does, actually. Everybody in his little town knows Timmy. Here's Diane. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. What's your weather in Fair Old, near Indianapolis, Indiana, right? Almost to Kentucky. Wherever it is you're at, Diane, I forget sometimes. I forget all the time. All right. Well, my goodness, I didn't know it was that time already. Timmy's race car. And Rose, is this another picture? Oh, yes, it is. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't think it's going to show up very well. It's a collage of the dog bite pictures on her son. Yeah, that had to have been horrible, and it looks like it's still very painful. Man. Yeah, dogs can kill you. Looks like they were trying to kill him. Cutting the grass because it's a chore. Oh, thick from all the rain. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got it. I just showed it, Rose. It didn't show real good, but better than nothing. Man, think of the pain. Ah. Nancy says she hates mowing. I like to mow. I mowed where Lily lives in Texas, and I enjoyed it. I don't know. I've always enjoyed mowing. Keep the line straight. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about mowing grass that I've always liked. I've had big enough lawns that I've needed a rider, you know, just so I can get it done. But as far as walking behind a mower, even if it's not self-propelled, it doesn't bother me in the least. Um, it's one of those jobs that you can see what you're getting done. You see your progress, and you know, it looks pretty when you're done. And then the smell of the new mown lawn. Timmy's got to get going. Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock here, Timmy, but I do have to get going as well. You go off in your own little world. Yeah, that's kind of me too. I'm in my own little world when I'm mowing. So, buttons on your underwear. I will be back at 3 p.m. Arizona, which would be for most of you 6 p.m. Eastern, and the rest of you know what time that is in your locale. Typically, it's 5. I don't know if I have anybody in the 4 p.m. zone. I think even Bernay is. I think Bernay's on Arizona time or California time, whatever. So that's it. I'm going to get busy with erasing pop-ups. I'm going to get busy with putting up a thumbnail for this afternoon, this evening, whichever you want to call it, and we'll see you then. So, in the meanwhile, fair winds and smiles. Okay, Timmy. May God bless. Thank you for coming aboard. Talk to you soon.